Hey, so just I'm on a little bit earlier before 4, so just going to wait till 4 o'clock. Anybody that is here, if you want to let me know where you are streaming from today, you're welcome to pop that in the chat. And thank you for being here. I'm still getting used to this little control thing in front of me, but I think I've got 1 or 2 people on. But thank you so much for being here. Okay, so there we go, 4 p.m. So I'm just going to start this by greeting all my magical souls out there who are possibly joining me live, who might be on just now, or who are going to watch the replay. And thank you all so much for joining me on this, my first scheduled live event. So just wanting to give you a little bit more detail about what I have put in the description box. But essentially on Saturday morning, which was the morning of my birthday, I awoke at 2:34 in the morning and I was really tired and I tried to go back to sleep. And as I was lying there, I had this sort of the first line of this, I'm going to call it a poem. It's not quite a poem, but anyway. And I had this line come in and I was all of a sudden like sat bolt upright in bed and went, oh, okay, so that's not me. I clearly need to get my butt out of bed and go and write something down. So I started to write it down, and I ended up with this, what I've called a poem. It's kind of 4 lines and they're like 12 verses. But it was really, really, really interesting because normally when I have these, the dragon energy coming in the past, the only way I can describe it is I feel like there's one of them kind of speaking to me as I'm writing stuff down. And this one was really unusual because it was like I could feel a collective energy, like a collective of voices. Very, very strange because I'm obviously not hearing it, I'm feeling it. But anyway, and then the other interesting thing was that as I was writing it down, I was having like these waves and waves and waves of energy just going through me. And it felt like almost like the words were charged with energy. It's the only way I can explain it. And even when I retyped it afterwards, I had that same sensation again. And it was at that point that I decided that I needed to share this on a live because it feels like this transmission, this poem, whatever it is that I was kind of came through me in the early hours of that morning, is like a living transmission. It's the only way that I can put it. It's like 10% words and 90% energy. And I don't even know if it's like an initiation. It could be an invocation. It could be a gateway. But after I'd written everything down, I had 7 sort of glyphs that came in from it. It's the only way I can describe them. Normally I draw like little symbols, but these feel like glyphs. They feel like something that is activating, and they kind of sealed the end of this wordly transmission. So I will share those afterwards. And but the only way I can describe what was happening to me is that for anybody out there that's a sci-fi movie fan, you know, when these people get sort of stuck somewhere and their ship is, you know, either landed somewhere, crashed somewhere, whatever it is, and it's just not working. And then all of a sudden there's some hero that goes down and kind of puts wires together and whatever. And all of a sudden they press something and all of a sudden the control board starts lighting up and the engines start running, and you know everybody gets very excited because now they're going to get back to Earth. And I sometimes wonder why they want to come back to Earth. But anyway, that was the sensation that I had in my body, like little things lighting up and things starting to come online. And like I was, if my body was kind of their vessel or their ship that was now getting like reconnected and like going. And who knows, maybe there's some DNA activations in here, or I don't know what it is. But anyway, I'm going to share it. And I'd love to know in the comments what you feel, what you get from this, whether you're watching this live or if you're catching it later. But thank you all so much for being here. So let me just read this, and you're welcome to close your eyes or do whatever it is that you want to do, and just absorb the words. Daughters and sons of the eternal source, carriers of the fire and the flame, once the embers of remembrance ignite, things can never remain the same. For you hold within you, buried deep, the answers, the knowledge, the burning embers of all that is, has been, and all you seek. The fire is the key to what you're becoming. For a while there has been slumber and separation, but no time nor space could ever keep it hidden. There was never any concern nor fear, for the return is now here to the one true kingdom. You see, it never left. It can't when it is all. No matter what happens, the ember is strong. No matter the times, the sleep, or the fall, you cannot shut out what is the one true light. The embers that burn, those that call you awake now, this is us, it is you, it is all one heart. The time has come to remember our pact. We said we would meet to remember and reignite the sparks. Follow the flame, for it burns in your veins. Keep walking the path, the one you know to be true. That fire, that song, is why you are here, and it will return, the heaven, the soul, the one that is you. You can dim the flames, try even more, but dragon fire is part of your being. And this fire is holy and very, very bright. So dormant it may be, but never put out. Your veins are our veins, your blood, your light too. What runs through you runs through all of us. When you know, no matter the time, for true dragon power can never be contained. We are the breaths as we are the air. We are the emotions as we are the water. We are the drive as we are the fire, and we are the body as we are the earth. There is nothing separate when you see it, the truth. We are simply here lying quietly, but not two. For the flames burn eternally and always, and it's now time to remember what you simply forgot. All is one, and one is all. It was always known that you'd hear our call. For you cannot dim the primordial light, no matter the dark, no matter the might. The seed, the heart that beats deep within, cannot ever be destroyed, just hidden. Now it's time to reignite that flame, because you have finally remembered your true name. So that is the transmission that I received. Hi, Lynn. Thank you for joining me. I am just going to show the little glyphs that I drew. Just going to get oh God, here we go with the camera again. So hopefully you can see those, but just sharing them with you so that, you can just absorb them and just look at them. I feel like they are part of the activation. I am working with them to see if they give me a little more, and as the weeks unfold, I will definitely share with you if I get anything more from these. But they are definitely not like the normal codes that I draw. They seem a little bit more. That's the only way I can describe them. So so that is really what I wanted to share today. And I also wanted to, I guess what I've done is I've drawn a card. I felt like I needed something to seal the ceremony. I guess what I'm wanting to do a little bit more as I explore into this new vibe on the channel is possibly work with the dragons at a deeper level. I believe that they hold many keys to us healing the earth and moving forward at this time, clearing density, all those kinds of things. So if that calls to you, you may be interested in, working more deeply with me as I do that. But it's interesting because I wanted to share that message, and then I thought that I would draw a card. And this is really just to seal in today. And the one that's come out is Lord Katumi, who is an ascended master. But the thing that struck me about this card is that it's the colors of Gaia. It's all the blues and the greens. It's just such a striking card, and the message on here is really, really profound. I just feel like it's such an awesome seal to this. Lord Katumi explains why the dragons are here collectively, and they say, this was from apparently a dragon council, we have come because lasting peace is achievable on Earth. There are other galaxies beyond your human understanding at this time where it has happened. We dragons are as old as the universe itself and have encountered and witnessed humanity in all its guises through the ages. You are the change. And I thought that was such an awesome message to just end that off with. They also go on to say here that your light bodies need to be in alignment with those of the earth and the astrological light matrix. Only then will you become a tool and a tuning device to lift the energy of the planet. As more of you gather together to do this work, the greater will be your chance of bringing lasting peace to earth. And I thought that message was profound because that's really what my intention is on this channel, is to gather community, to gather all of us together to do this work, all of us that feel called to do this work. That's really what I'm wanting to be doing. So if this is something that is starting to maybe get all your buttons lighting up and your engines rumbling again, it would be pretty awesome. I think as we go, I have no idea what's going to unfold, but it certainly is an interesting journey. And the other thing I wanted to just say is to thank you all for really being part of the magic, part of this journey. And let me know in the comments whether you felt anything, even in the coming weeks or whatever. I always read the comments, even if they happen after the time. And the other thing I'd like to know is also what you'd like next time. I mean, do you want some card readings? Would you like a Q&A? I mean, maybe some of you have got questions out there if you're new to working with the dragons that maybe I could answer. And so feel free to let me know in the comments whether it's now or whether it's later. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, so that's really all I came on today to share. So I'll keep it short and sweet. And thank you so much, Lynn. And wow. Okay. People are saying thank you so much. Wonderful message. Truth bumps. Okay. Yeah. So I invite you, if you'd like to listen to that again, to come back to this video at any time, because as I say, I got a sensation from it as it was coming through in the early hours of the morning, but I got the same sensation when I typed it up. And now that I've read it for the third time, I got the same sensation. And that's why I feel it's almost like a living, breathing activation of some sort. And who knows what this is going to be, but we certainly are living in very interesting times, and I am just very, very happy to finally have the dragons awake and really working with me in this very, very direct manner. I think when I was little, I thought I might just be flying around in them on their backs, but it seems like there's some serious work to do. So yeah, so thank you all so much for joining me. I love your support, and I love the fact that I have so many dragon lovers out there. This building of community is really important because we know the power of numbers and collective energy. So I'm going to end off here now at 4:14 my side. It seems like a good number because, you know, all of you know my favorite number is 4. And sending you so much love, so much gratitude, and thank you so much for joining me here on the live. I really, really appreciate your support. Wishing you all a magical rest of your day, evening, wherever you are. Thank you again.